So the heater matrix has arrived, which is kind of important because we can't plumb any of the waterwork in. I mean, we could have blocked it off, I guess, but yeah, we needed these two ports. And that's going in there. And as one of the long-term subscribers of the channel, I will like to say thanks to him. He's pointed out that this looks like it's been cut out. Although I'm not so sure, to be fair, because it looks like there's almost bolt holes. You see them? So whether someone modified this way or not, I'm not quite sure. I don't want to insult his intelligence. I'm sure he knows a hell of a lot more than I do. So either way, this thing is going to slot in there. I'm going to have to look up which way they go, whether it's that way or that way. And then obviously your pipes are going to go onto these. I'm assuming there's meant to be like a metal plate or something that goes over the top of this. But, you know, my subscriber suggested that I cut a plate out and weld it in. I'm not quite sure, again, whether that's going to be the method I'm going to use, whether just go down the bodge route and zip tie the whole thing together, and as long as the water goes in and the heater blows through it, that's all that really matters, right? I'm not one to care about aesthetics, or however the hell you say that word, so yeah, we'll come to that. Other crucial things is oil pressure sensor. That's an easy way. It's going to slot that in whilst we're at the front end, and we're going to add these washers, because said subscriber also pointed out that these are designed to, you put them in between, obviously, the bolts I put on, and it should pull the whole thing tighter, so we're going to do that first. Alright, first up is going to be that oil pressure sensor. This bad boy right here. As you remember last time around, I just shoved a random bolt in there. I didn't tighten it in too much because obviously I don't want to ruin the thread, so let's swap this over. It's probably going to leak now, in my luck. Sort of leaked, something just dripped on my head in this garage, lovely. So this thing's going in here. Nice and easy. Please thread in. Don't be awkward. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to tighten this thing in, and then we're going to try and find the wire. Now, wiring colours for these minis are normally, apparently, a green and yellow, which I don't have. So, after some magical use of AI, eventually it came up with the idea that it could be, I'm assuming what's going to be this wire, which is by the looks of it, brown and white. And it does come off the loom sort of halfway, so I'm going to go with this. So that's going to go onto the sensor afterwards. So I'm going to tighten all this up, and then yeah, no idea how I'm going to find out if it's going to work. Well, I guess we'll have to try and have a look if my clocks light up or something after. But either way, that's one wire out of the 5 billion sorted out. And then we're gonna just sort out rocker cover out afterwards. So one of the things that made this quite difficult with this car is a lot of the wiring's already been bodged before. So that brown and white wire has been joined to a blue one at random. But that is the wire that's gone on, and that is your oil pressure sensor in. Might need to tighten it in a bit more yet, I'm not sure. It goes pretty tight now though, so yeah, happy ho. Lots of annoying background noise today, just gonna have to put up with it. This is the combination of how you're supposed to put these things together by the looks of things. So that washer goes on the top of the stud, and that goes in there. And the bolts, beep, back on there. There we go, that's much better. It pushes down a lot tighter now with those little seals or washers, or I don't know what you want to call them, but yeah, that's how you go on. We're going to try and stick this together. I mean, it's pretty easy, I'm assuming. We're going to just slot this bugger in here. I've tried looking at pictures online, and most of them, which is very odd, have the heat matrix pipes come out the opposite side, whilst this is just completely sealed on this side, which is really, really weird. So I'm guessing, or I'm not going to guess, this is how I'm going to put mine together. This is going to be slotting in here, like so, and then we're going to figure out some kind of way to hold this together, because obviously it's going to rattle around like a mofo otherwise. Maybe I'll just put it like slightly on the outside edge like this, and then just like I said, zip tie it or something for now, and then we'll figure out something to hold this together properly. But for now, all I want and all I care about is getting this thing plumbed in with the pipe work so I can run the engine longer. There we go, classic bodge for now. Everyone loves a bit of zip ties, so yeah, he's pretty in there for now. That'll do. So we're going to run some pipes on there, and obviously run it through the bulkhead. Figuring all that out, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but yeah, mostly get this water pipe plumbed in. So I just thought to myself, I better had just make sure this thing even works, you know, because what's the point of plumbing it all in, at least with the case and the actual electronic part of it, and find out it doesn't work. So we're just going to run, I'm assuming is the negative, which is the green, and then obviously off the back of here, it's supposed to be like probably a proper wire or whatever, but it's going to run a thing on it. Switch is on, let's have a see. Oh yeah, battery is old and thingy, but doesn't sound super great, but yeah, it works. Right, we've still got to wire all this shite in at some point too, but for now we're going to get this heater done. So I'm going to undo these screws, try and get it in place, and we'll see. I'm almost certain there's probably a better way of mounting it, because there is this screw here, and one on the opposite side, although it's bent. I'm going to guess, oh, I can see, they hang at the back. So yeah, it looks like the little screw is supposed to hang on the back of these, so I'm going to make sure they're both straight, and then hang them on there after. Now I do know a lot of people are going to be like, why the hell do you just zip tie everything, bodge everything? I mean, the name Bodger, so there's a big giveaway, but also, like I said, I don't know if it's sustaining permanently, so at some point I'm going to have to revise it and do all the wiring again anyway, so it literally makes no difference. If you've got OCD, do not watch this channel. Or if you're some kind of mega mini nerd, also probably don't watch this channel, because you'll just hate me continuously. I am a bodger by nature. There we go. Right, so I found this big old hole here. I'm guessing where it's meant to go through. As for this hole, not a clue. I mean, you know, we'll worry about that later. Looks like worst case I'm gonna have to put a plate on it. Someone snapped something off, clearly. No idea what's supposed to be there yet. But we'll figure it out. Not the worst priority for now. So we're going to cut off this, obviously join it onto here. I'm assuming that's where it's supposed to join on. Obviously this little piece is supposed to come off and attach inside there. And then the other side, I'm guessing, goes on here. Well, that seems to cut off here. So yeah, that's obviously meant to go inside the car as well. So yeah, we'll try and work out the route for all this crap and then come back to this. Again, professional bodger problems. You see the issue? So yeah, be careful when you're buying stuff like hoses online. This is the one I bought apparently for mini heaters, and definitely not. As you can tell, the bore is, I mean, the right size thickness of the pipe, but the inner bore is clearly wrong. Pain in the butt. I cannot get that over the nipple on the heater, so I'm going to have to, for now, see if I've got anything I can bridge the gap with, you know, because I just want to see it run. That's all I want to do. Alright, because of the bad misfortune of those pipes not being the right thickness, like I said, don't trust people on eBay. I've had to cut up the old pipes and manage to wedge them on to the much thinner bore one. I managed to do it on both sides, so as you can see, that one is now on. It goes inside, and then I'm going to run this one, I'm assuming, through either one of these two big holes, and then into the other end of the heater, and then into the heater valve. There we go, it's almost a disaster ready to happen. We've had to like link a whole bunch of different hoses together. Not ideal, but it's all at least somewhat plumbed in. Yeah, what a nightmare. Well, not the ending you probably wanted or hoped for, but you know, that'll do for now. Tried running the engine again, still not particularly happy. Bit more fine tuning, I will get it to run longer term. It was pissing water out the bottom, as expected. These pipes were pretty much boshed together, so yeah, pretty pointless video for most part. Other than me amazing bracket making, obviously that's the only thing that actually went pretty well today. Yeah, anyway, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll hopefully order the right heater hose and enough of it so we can replumb it all in properly, and then we can actually go ahead and try and get this thing to run longer term. It pretty much just about kicks over. I think if I put the accelerator pedal on and give it some revs, I could probably get it to stay stable, so that'll probably be the actual plan. Anyway, join me next time.